Hey guys, it's Savannah. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. Today I have my really good friend Bria. I'm so excited to have her on my channel.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. We both got COVID tested, so we're all safe. We're staying healthy. I hope you guys are staying healthy too. But I wanted to do a video with you because we've been friends a really long time, and a common theme we talk about is how I love scary horror stuff, thrillery, scary, as you all know. And you are a little bit of a scaredy cat, right?
Yeah.
Have you read any scary book or thriller?
No. So I don't watch scary movies. I have not read ever a scary book. I don't even like things that have like a little bit of a scary factor to them. Like in college, I remember you and my sister watched The Walking Dead a lot. And I wanted to hang out with them and like watch stuff with them, so I would try. And I think I kind of gave up at a certain point, or I'd spend the whole time like on my phone, just kind of listening, because I cannot not handle scary things. Yeah,
I get it. I totally get it. And to each their own, but she agreed to read a thriller. And so I thought, what better author could it be than Riley Sager? And Riley Sager has written 4 books, and they all follow kind of tropes of thriller and horror movies, and he puts his own spin on it. So I'm going to explain those and see which one you decide on.
Yeah.
So let's get started. All right, so the first book I'm going to talk in publication order, is Final Girls.
Okay.
Okay, so the main character, Quincy Carpenter, went on a vacation 10 years before, and there was a massacre.
Spooky.
People were killed, and she was the only person to survive.
Okay.
After this massacre, she was known by the media as a final girl.
Okay.
And this had happened to 2 other girls. And so she, since then, has been living a pretty good life. She actually has a baking blog, which, by the way, you are starting one.
Yes.
And she's living her life. She has a good boyfriend. But all of a sudden, one day, one of the girls shows up dead. Oof. And it looks like a suicide, but she gets suspicious that it's possibly a murder.
Okay.
After the murder happens, or the suicide, the other final girl shows up at her house, and they start talking, and things kind of go crazy. So that's a summary of this book. I don't want to get too into it, but it's definitely sort of like a horror movie, but it also has a lot of psychological thriller aspects. So, any questions?
So, I have some fears. I have a lot of fears.
So, statement.
Okay. So, for you, on a scale of like Jaws scary versus like, I don't even know what the scariest scary movie in your opinion, but like in your opinion, on a scale of like 1 to 10, like how scary is this one?
Okay, so I would say the murders actually aren't really focused on as much as you would think.
Okay.
So it's not, to me, I'm desensitized.
Yeah.
But it wasn't very scary to me. There were some intense scenes.
Okay.
But I definitely think it's a little bit more of a psychological thriller than like a horror.
Okay, so I don't want to... I'll try and ask some questions without spoiling anything. But, so I have a little bit of a fear, I think, for... like more supernaturally type of stuff. Like I get afraid of, so I'm a girl, so like walking around at night and like lone figures and stuff generally scares me. But the stuff that like I get creeped out about most is like zombies and like not really vampires anymore because Twilight.
The sparkling
kind of ruined that. But like zombies is a big one, or like. Gosh, like 3rd grade, the werewolf in Harry Potter 3 scared me for years.
That's
so
funny.
It's like those kind of things that I know like aren't real.
They scare you more?
They kind of do.
That's funny.
I don't know, because my imagination just in the dark can kind of picture that. So do you think it's more like a, human-based, reality-based kind of thriller, or is it more like bringing in a little bit more of some of those like...
Yeah. It's not. It doesn't bring anything supernatural.
Okay.
Not at all. It's like not even talked about. So I think you wouldn't be scared. I'm going to keep going though because I think I want to hear your opinions on all of them.
Okay,
and I'm curious
Here,
what you think.
I'll let you keep going and then I'll
for sure.
ask some questions
for
along
sure.
the way.
For sure. All right. So for the next book, which is the second one he ever published, is called The Last Time I Lied.
Okay.
And this is about a girl named Emma, And 15 years back in her past, she went to a summer camp when she was a teenager, and her 3 friends disappeared. And to this day, you don't know what happened to them.
Okay.
And she's been haunted by this. She's a painter, and in her painting, she'll always start out drawing, or I guess painting, those 3 girls, and then she'll cover it up. So nobody knows about it. And she has this big art gallery, and one day she's invited to be a counselor back at the camp. And so she kind of reluctantly goes back to the camp to try to figure out what happened. So this one has a lot of campy vibes.
Okay.
Summer camp. Did you go to a summer camp growing up?
Not when I was really young, but I went to a summer camp from like, gosh, I think it was like 8th grade through 12th grade. I went with my church every year.
Yeah, I had a church camp too.
Yes.
That's pretty common for people. So anyway, it's mostly a psychological thriller, but it has a really fun atmosphere because it's like campy.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
And you get the flashbacks to what happened when she was younger and then also now. So it's changing perspectives. By the way, I forgot to mention, in Final Girls, you get that as well.
Okay,
you get flashbacks to when the murder happened or the massacre happened, and then you get the present day.
Okay.
So Riley Sager loves playing with timelines.
Fun. Okay.
Yeah. So that's that one.
So I like, one thing I've noticed is I like a little bit of a mystery element to things, which is one thing that intrigued me and made me like agree to read a thriller book is, okay, I enjoy a little bit of a mystery. I enjoy a little bit of a, what's going on here?
For sure, yes.
So that intrigues me.
Okay, good. I'm happy.
Good.
Let's talk about the third one.
Okay.
This one's called Lock Every Door. And the premise of this is there is the main character named Jules, and she's broke. Her boyfriend just broke up with her, so she has no house to live in or apartment to live in anymore. She has no money, so she's offered an apartment sitting in Manhattan in this building called the Bartholomew.
Okay.
And she's going to get paid to basically just sit around and live in it. But she has to follow these specific rules, so she can't tell anybody where she's living. She can't have any visitors. Nothing. But she's so desperate. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm getting thousands of dollars to stay here for a few months. So she agrees. And she meets another apartment sitter. And the apartment sitter says, hey, there's some suspicious stuff going on here. And she's like, okay, you know, maybe. And then the next day, the girl has disappeared.
Oh.
And so she's trying to figure out, A, what happened to that girl, what's going on in the building, are there some secrets, like what in the world's happening? And this has a really gothic feel because it's like the architecture is so beautiful. It has gargoyles on the outside.
Oh, cool.
Her room is facing Central Park, I believe, and there's a gargoyle. There's a gargoyle, and I think she names him George, if I'm remembering right. I read this a couple months ago. But yeah, anyway, do you have any questions?
I like the idea of it having a little bit of that, like, kind of gothic-y vibe. Yeah. And I think already just having this mystery around, like, what's going on with the house, I think that's really interesting, having, like, a setting that's kind of like the mysterious thing as a mysterious circumstance. I don't know.
Yes.
That's interesting to me.
Yes. I'm trying not to give away which ones are my favorite, but I can't hide it. I really do love this one. Okay. It was my first Riley Sager, and it really got me into his book.
Okay.
So.
Ooh, wait, here's a good question. So, and compared to the other two we've talked about, how scary would you rate this?
Okay, I would say there's more of a mysterious, like, is something paranormal going on, but I don't think it's terrifying, if that makes sense. Like, the fourth book I'm going to talk to is the most paranormal feeling. Yes. Like, this one, there's, like, a setting. It's kind of like, oh gosh, like, what's going on? Something feels weird about this old, historic building, but I don't think it's going to be too scary for you. Okay. I'm pretty confident. Okay. I'm sorry if I lead you astray. I scarred you for years.
It's okay. It's fine.
All right. So the last book I want to talk about is, this is his most recent book, and it's called Home Before Dark. Okay. This is the paranormal spooky one that I don't think you'll want to read, but I'll explain it anyway. So it's about this girl named Maggie, and she grew up in this haunted house. Actually, they only lived there for 3 weeks. She moved into the haunted house with her dad. And then they fled in the middle of the night only after 3 weeks of living there. And her dad wrote this book about haunted things happening. And so it became a bestseller. It it was almost like the Amityville horror. That's so hard to say.
Yeah.
But anyway, she inherits the house.
Okay.
And so she actually flips houses for a living now. And so she goes back and she's going to flip the house, but also try to figure out, was it real that it was haunted? She doesn't think so. But she wants to investigate.
Oh no, I would not go back. I would sell it. I would like sell it or like hire people to like.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Sorry. I'm gonna get on a quick.
We're hot because we're drinking tea in this ring light, but like, yes.
No, I just.
Yeah.
With horror movies, I never get how like, and I know you have to do this to have a horror movie. I get that.
Yeah.
But people will go into circumstances that are like, obviously sketchy and obviously scary. Like, oh, I just saw like a monster pop out of the closet. I'm gonna take a shower. And it's like, why would you do that? Like, leave. Yeah. I don't know. That one.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to know what happens in that one, but I feel like it would stress me
Okay,
out.
here's the thing though. She doesn't believe it was haunted. So like, I have to give her that credit. She's like, she just thinks it's just this house that he made everything up. So
I guess that's
she's going
fair.
into it like, I inherited this. I want to make a ton of money. You know what I mean?
I guess that's
so
fair. I don't know.
To her credit.
I'm
but
paranoid.
I loved how this book was made because it would alternate between her father's book and her. So it was really cool. It was almost like I was reading two books.
Oh,
and the
cool.
chapters always like related. Like something would happen and then she would discover kind of something about it.
Oh.
So I loved this book, and the whole time you don't know, is it actually paranormal or is it not?
That's really cool. Okay.
Yeah, and the ending, I don't think I'm giving anything away. Skip ahead like 10 seconds if you are scared I'm ruining something, but it's still at the end ambiguous. Like you don't know.
Oh, fun.
And it's like, I liked that. I like that
too.
open end. I know some people hate that. And I've been kind of torn about Riley Sager endings. They're all kind of like, they're not all ambiguous, but they all are very polarizing.
Okay.
Some people love them, some people hate them.
Huh.
So, which ones are you the most interested? Do you have like two that you're interested in, that you're trying to decide?
So the last one sounds really intriguing, but I'm scared. Like, I don't think I can go into that
I don't think you should do the last one. I, myself, got a little creeped out.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so you don't do the last one, no. I just wanted to...
Maybe if I read another thriller, if I like want to read another, I can maybe graduate.
I think how you could read it is like me telling you, like warning you about those parts and telling you what's going to happen so you are ready for it. Yeah. It just scared me because at that point I hadn't read really any horror. I've just seen horror movies. Yeah. And so it was my first experience with like a paranormal feeling situation in a book. No. And it feels more real because it's a book. Okay. To me. But anyway, what are the ones you're interested in? Besides that, I know you're interested.
Like, I want to know what happens. It sounds like the kind of one where I'd go on Wikipedia.
It's very well rated.
That's what I do with a lot of horror movies. If I'm curious about them, I go on Wikipedia.
Like The Walking Dead.
Yes. So I think the two that sound the most interesting to me are the two middle ones. I like the idea of kind of a little of a campy vibe that's kind of fun. Yeah. And the mystery element of that. But I think I'm actually leaning towards the third one. I forget the name, but the one with the
Lock Every Door?
Yes, Lock Every Door.
Yes, that was the one I started with. Okay. And by the way, I think this one has the most polarizing ending. Ooh. So we're going to do a part 2. Yes. She's going to read it, and then we're going to talk.
Yeah, I'm excited. So I'll read Lock Every Door. I don't know how long it'll take. Do we want to set a timeline or just kind of...
I'll let you guys know on social media. I'll keep you guys updated if you're interested. And it'll probably be like a month from now.
Probably. Because my husband's going out of town next weekend and I'm not going to read it while I'm alone. So I'm going to wait a week or two.
Let's not do that. If you start it, you'll have to like finish it.
I might start it this week if I... I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, there's a common theme. People fly through his books. They look thick, but people just... Because here's the thing about Riley Sager that I really like. Some of his stuff is a little cheesy. So it's not like written in a complex way. Okay. I mean, the plot is complex, but like his actual writing style, it's very easy to read.
Oh, that's nice.
And you can fly through it really fast. Like,
that's awesome.
For example, Paul Tremblay, if you guys have read anything by him, he has this very like almost literary fiction twist with horror, and so it takes longer for me to get through. But him, you just fly.
Oh, that's fun, because I really enjoy reading. I grew up reading a lot, and I like was kind of known for flying through books and getting hooked on them. So I'll a month is probably a good timeline.
Yeah.
Well, she'll keep you updated.
Yes, I will. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
Yeah.
It was so fun to have her here.
Yeah.
She is starting a cooking YouTube channel where
I
she's trying out recipes, and we actually baked some gluten-free, dairy-free cookies. Snickerdoodle, which...
They were very good. So if you want to check that out, I will probably be launching my channel here in the next week or so, but you can go ahead and subscribe at Bria Bakes on YouTube, and it's bria.bakes on Instagram. So go ahead and follow that if you like baking content.
And I'll let you guys know too, because it was so fun filming that, and she has some great content. So thanks so much for watching. It was so fun to talk about Riley Sager with you, and I can't wait till you read Lock Every Door.
I'm excited.
Bye. Bye.